Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs, and as you're no doubt aware, things have changed awfully dramatically for CPAs in recent years, and that goes for their business development strategies as well. I sat down with Greg Conderacci recently to talk about some of these changes. Greg is a senior fellow with the Business Learning Institute, and he's also head of Good Ground Consulting, and he spends a lot of time thinking about business development and about the areas in which CPAs can really make their mark. I asked Greg, given everything that's happened recently, and that includes the economy, new regulations, just massive overall complexity, how these things have changed CPAs' thinking when it comes to business development. Here's what he had to say.
I think a lot has changed over the last several years in terms of what people look to their CPAs to do. I think we have living in a world where trust is one of the most precious commodities, and I think CPAs basically have the trust brand down pretty good. They are highly trusted, and now I think people are looking to their CPAs to provide more than just advice about generally accepted accounting principles. They're looking for good business strategy and to meet needs that often we don't think of CPAs meeting.
What kind of opportunities are out there for CPAs these days that they might be able to take advantage of from a business development point of view?
Well, if you stop and think, most of my decision as to whether or not I'm going to hire a professional is based on whether I trust them or not. And if you say CPAs are highly trusted, then I think there's a lot of opportunity. There are many, many things that CPAs can do outside of the more traditional things. And I'm thinking of different kinds of consulting that might be a little outside of the box. So therefore, when it comes time to sell services, if you're a CPA, if you just think, well, all I do is tax or all I do is audit and that's the only thing that I have to sell, then you're really shortchanging yourself. Really, there's probably a lot more value there, and you can build a lot of extra business on that base of trust.
And okay, so we talked about some opportunities. How about some potential pitfalls or challenges that they might want to look out for?
Well, probably the biggest single pitfall that professionals fall into is because we are so client-focused and because we are helping profession, we tend to say yes when we should probably say no. It's really important, I think, to be able to focus in terms of what kind of services you provide. If it's well outside of your expertise, I think it's probably not a good area to pursue. On the other hand, I think CPAs leave a lot of money on the table when they don't move into areas that are really very closely related to the type of work that they're already doing.
So bottom line, what's the most important thing that you think CPAs ought to be doing in this area?
I think the number one thing that CPA needs to do is to be genuinely curious about everything that's going on in a client. Because we tend to say, well, you know, that problem or that need is not something that I directly provide a solution for. And the truth is, we probably should provide more solutions for more needs than we know. And if we stop exposing needs, if we don't ask about all the client's needs and understand the client's business really, really well, the chances are that even the solutions that we think are meeting those needs may not be working. And also, if you ask the needs and you understand the needs really well, you have much more of an opportunity to sell other services because you've asked, because you understand, because you've exposed needs, perhaps needs the clients didn't even know they had. You are highly credible when it comes to offering solutions to those needs. If you don't ask the needs and you just try to push the solutions, it's going to be an uphill battle and very difficult to sell.
Greg Conderacci, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.